Angeles, and I had a fucking idea. I made a decision to go to Los Angeles, California, and I had a band. And at that moment, I thought I had everything that I could ever fucking hope for. And one day, at band rehearsal, I looked at my band. I made a decision. I have no fucking idea why, and I quit my band. That I quit that band. So I was walking home. I had no band. I had a bass, and I had an idea. And that is that there was 3 other guys in Los Angeles, California that wanted to fucking rip the heart out of the music industry and change things. But a small problem. In Los Angeles at the time, it was the new wave scene. It was the Go-Go's and the Knack. And I guess for a young Nikki Sixx at that time, that shit actually just fucking pissed me off. And for no apparent reason, I made a decision to go to Hollywood, California on a Thursday night to a club called the Starwood. I walked through the back door, and there he was, sitting behind the drums. He was 17 years old. He was the skinniest motherfucker I ever saw. He was kicking the shit out of the fucking drums. That's that man right there, Tommy Lee. I had a small problem because Tommy Lee was already in the band. But I went back and I decided to do something. I bought him 2 beers. I got myself a rum and coke, and we sat on the floor together. You remember that, bro? His band was looking at me, going, that motherfucker with the black spiky hairs trying to steal our drummer, and I lost. So me and Tommy talked about something that would change the course of our lives. We talked about how much we loved heavy fucking metal. That was important to us, and a lot of people wouldn't realize it till later, that we also love fucking punk rock like motherfuckers, right? And then we talked about how much we love the great bands that came out of the 70s, like Queen and Aerosmith. And as a matter of fact, a sick motherfucker named Alice Cooper. So me and Tony decided to start a band. We went back to this house that I lived with this girl. We set up all those fucking drums, my bass amp, and we were playing these songs like Too Fast for Love, Public Enemy, #1 Star, guys. Live Wire, oh fuck, I can't even remember. There was so many fucking drinks ago. But the point was, magic was happening. And we made a decision to do something to change the course of our band, and that was to go buy some beer. And thank God we went to that 7-Eleven because we saw a Recycler magazine. And in the Recycler magazine, there was an ad for a guitar player. It said, loud, rude, aggressive guitar player available. Only call me if you're serious. My name is Mick fucking Mars. Mick Mars showed up with a bottle of schnapps, a Les Paul, and a Marshall stack, and we started playing these songs and getting drunk, and we were saying, fuck man, we need a lead singer, and Tommy goes, I know a guy, except for he also is in another band, and Mick said, well fuck that. Let's go see him, and if he's good, let's steal his ass. So on a Tuesday night, we went back to the Starwood, and we saw this lead singer walk out on stage, white leather pants, white bleached hair, and a white leather jacket. Tommy goes, that's him. That's fucking Vince Neil. we went backstage, we talked to Vince, and Vince made a fucking decision to quit his band. Now, we put together $26. That's all the money we had. None of us had another chance. We didn't have a band, we didn't have a job, we didn't have a hope in hell. We went to Burbank, California, and we set up in a rehearsal space. And if it didn't work, you wouldn't be here. If it didn't work, we wouldn't be here. I handed him some lyrics to Livewire, and he looked at him and he says, "I've got this." Mick picked up the guitar, turned up the amp, Tawny jumped behind the drums, I picked up the bass, and at that fucking moment, it was January 17th, 1981, Motley Crue was born. So next time somebody tells you, you better think about your decisions, maybe you should tell them to go fuck themselves and do what your heart says. I have one last thing to say. This is not goodbye. This is not farewell for Motley Crue, because our music is going to haunt you till the day that you fucking die.